What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to this episode of how to set up a Homelab, where we are going to be covering Proxmox virtualization within our server. If you're new here or this is your first time coming across my channel, this is a whole playlist and a series of how to get started building a Homelab, so please start it from the beginning. Another thing, we have a website. As this course is created, I create documentation. If you are struggling with something or you need a clearer picture, you can click on them and go at your own pace. I also have important commands which you can then copy to your clipboard and put them into the command line if you need to. So another thing, go at us on Discord. We have a Discord. I'm always in there. I'm online. I can help you. And eventually I'd like to have moderators and people like you who learned from this course to help others as doing this in this video, right? It's very similar to what we did setting up OpenSense, virtually the same when it comes to the installation. We're going to go to proxmox.com and we're going to go to Proxmox virtual environment and we are going to download this. So in our case, we're here, virtualization overview, requirements, blah, 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 but we're just going to download. So you can also do that just straight under the downloads tab if you don't care to read about it. But this is going to be Proxmox VE 8.3 is the current version ISO installer. Do not do the backup server or the mail gateway. We want to grab this one. And once again, like I've said in previous videos, there's always going to be a checksum hash that we want to verify our file against. So we're going to go ahead and download this. And once this is downloaded and yours is downloaded, please come back to this video and we'll get on to the next portion. Alright, so this just got downloaded and I'm just going to click right here and open it up in its, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I want to open the folder for it and it's just right here in our installs folder. So we can right click on this once again, click properties and find our file path. So in our case, it is going to be on our C drive, our user, which is us, learn to Homelab, and our downloads. So I'm going to do the same thing I did in that other video, and this can once again be found on the article on our website. And I'm just going to come in here and right click that, do another backslash to now grab the file name, and we can see this is a .iso. Oh, I don't think it grabbed it. And then do .iso, and we want to again make sure that we're matching the same algorithm for the hash file, and in our case it's SHA-256. So there we go, it has returned it, and so we're going to verify this against the hash on their website, and we can see, you can check the first couple letters B5C2D, B5C2D, and the last 98B45, 98B45. So we have a genuine file and the integrity of the file has been verified. Now I'm going to click my Windows key and I'm going to open up Etcher. There we go. Sometimes it took us to the website. I think it starts with a different name. Yeah. Balena, Etcher, however you want to call it. I just have it on my desktop. I'm going to go ahead and open that and we're going to flash from file and I'm going to go to my downloads, click Proxmox, open, select a target. Once again, we're going to use the same USB drive that we used for OpenSense because we no longer need it, and click flash. And you are going to be prompted with a window, which I posted it in the other video. I know my screen's going to be black. I'm actually going to take a picture of it on my phone and I can post it in the video. All right, come back when this is completely flashed to your USB drive. Alright, so now that this is done, we're just going to, once again, on the bottom right of our screen, open up, find our USB stick, right click, and eject. So let me switch you over here real quick. Transition, and we're going to plug this into that Dell 3060, which is one of the options I mentioned in the video of hardware that you will need and the Get Start Guide. And so we're simply going to plug this in like so. I apologize, it's just a Logitech 920 webcam and it doesn't really like to focus very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on with this power button, and we are going to watch this menu boot up. Another thing I actually just almost forgot is I'm going to take my Bluetooth device and I'm going to plug it in so we have a mouse and keyboard, and I'm going to make sure my keyboard is turned on, and I'm going to once again spam the delete and the escape key so we can get into the BIOS for this. Okay, so this is the BIOS on Dell. It's a little bit different than what you probably saw before or you may have seen in the past. But down here, we can go to our boot sequence, and we have to use a mouse in here. But you can see that we have the UEFI, Windows Boot Manager, Proxmox. I've actually installed Proxmox on this device before, so that's why it shows. But what I would do is I would just take this one, if I can click it, and you would move it to the top. There it goes, being a little bit slow. So that is how you do it. You wouldn't see these other options normally. You would just have this one and maybe Windows Boot Manager, or it might say Windows if you bought this used like I did and it was or it had Windows on it previously. So we're just going to go ahead and click apply and save as custom. Now we don't need to do that. Just click OK and we can exit. All right, so we can see this booting, and here we are right in the graphical menu to install Proxmox. So you can see we have a couple options: install with terminal UI, install with advanced options, or graphical or serial. But we're going to use the top one, graphical. Click enter on that. And the text is super small for me as well, but we can see that it is loading. Okay, so here we can see there's some small text, but we care about that button in the bottom right. So if I just go down here and click I agree to their terms and services, and then you can see there's this super small text. So let me make myself bigger so I can see it a little bit better. And down here, we can pick the drive we want to install to. On this device, there's only the one SSD, so we have no other options. But if you had multiple options, you can pick from there where you would like this to be installed. And then we're going to click next. And then you're going to pick your country, and you're going to pick your time zone. I'm going to change this in the menu later. Oh, no, it's right here at the top. Mountain Time, US English. And click next. And then this is important. You need to create an email. It actually doesn't have to be a valid email. And then create a password that you're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and in my notes real quick, Proxmox, write down a password in Obsidian like I recommended that you should do. Once again, you need to be careful where you store your passwords because they could always get hacked if people get into your local network, but because we're keeping things local, I'm going to put this in here, and it's a test environment anyways. So let me go back up into here. Set my password, and then I need to set an email. And you can also use an actual password because you can get email alerts for things that are going on within your environment. And then you can make your host name be whatever you want. I'm just going to leave this the same. We can see that it's actually already gotten an IP address of 238. So I'm also going to write that down in my notes. We can see our gateway address on our LAN side. And then click next. And then this just gives you a list of the settings that you created. So you can also just screenshot this if you need to. so you don't forget anything outside of obviously your password you'll need to have written down. And then we're going to click install on the bottom right. So go ahead and let this install, and when it is done, unpause this video and we will move on with the next portion. Okay, so now that the computer has restarted, we can see that it gives us the login IP address as well with a port of 8006. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to my desktop here. 8006. Let's do this real quick. All right, let me switch back over. So now we're back on the desktop, and we're going to go to our browser, and we are going to type that in. So 192.168.50.238 with the port number of 8006. And click enter. So we can see your connection is not private. That's fine. This is local. We trust this device. And we open this up, and here we are, right? So the username, if I recall, will be root, and then your password, and we're in. So now you've actually installed Proxmox, your virtual environment where we can create virtual machines. That is going to be it for this video because I want to keep it nice and short. But I hope this guys gets you a little bit, gets you guys a little bit closer to setting up a home lab and having that environment that you've dreamt of and that we can learn in. So thank you for watching. This is LTH. My name is Abe. Please stay tuned for the rest of this series and the next video.